Hello, hello. How y'all doing? Get your financial lit here. Powerful group. My name is Amber Robinson, and I wanted to come to you live today to express these phenomenal services to you, my personal experience, a little bit of my husband's experience as well, because we have been using United Credit Education Services for the last 3 years. 3 years. Super excited that we've been using them for 3 years because you know what? I actually said no to these services. Could you believe that? But you know what? My husband actually saw the information first. And he said, you know what? She's really going to need these services and benefit from them. So I'm just going to enroll her anyway. And because of that, I'm so grateful because we have truly been able to share a phenomenal experience for the last 3 years. I said no because I was broken. I had a very broken mentality. I didn't want to get scammed again, even though sometimes, you can't even afford to be skeptical, but I was, and I said no. So nevertheless, he activated my service, went ahead and mailed my letters out for me. And then next thing I know, 45 days later, listen guys, 45 days later after submitting our letters to the credit bureaus, my husband's score jumped 120 points. My personal score jumped 80 points. Now, mind you, I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory. Prior to me saying no to these services, we tried to apply for a VA loan. My husband served in the military, thought we were going to be just fine. They still denied us, right? So, they tried to give us some tips on the way we could budget so that we could come back in a year or so's time in order to try again to get approved for a home loan. So I was just tired. We had a baby on the way. My father fell, really ill and needed to come and move here to Georgia with us. And it was just a lot going on at the time. So I'm like, okay, here we go again. So after 45 days, our scores both jumped majorly. We were able to go back to that same bank that denied us and told us that it would take us a year. We got immediately approved. When I tell you that was a game changer for me because I found myself in awe that a company would be able to turn our life around in that short of amount of time. Then I got interested, right? So because of that, my husband and I were able to purchase our first home together. We were able to fly him from Arizona to Georgia to live with us in a brand new home. Baby came, and I also purchased a vehicle, sign and drive off the lot, because, our life was expanding, right? I no longer could get that little small sedan. So I started to really dive into the services. Once I dived into the services and understood what I had in front of me, I was able to go inside, monitor my score 24/7, super interactive program. And not only that house that I just purchased, I was able to put that mortgage in what was called the debt payoff tool. That's also inside the protection plan membership. And put in also my additional debts that I had already acquired. I had a few credit cards because I didn't understand debt to income ratio and how I could actually start to build my credit on credit lines that I had already had. So I put some of those in there as well. And then you know what? Turn around, I was then able to put our mortgage in there, and we have accelerated our payment, and we're going to be able to pay our home off in more than half the time because of that. I'm super excited about these services, and I tell you, it was a game changer for me, and I'm so grateful that my husband decided to not listen to me and start them, because there are 12 services in this protection plan that are truly built around you understanding how to build credit, become more financially literate. I also had a collection on there that after my dispute, they did not want to remove it, but I did want to go ahead and get it off. So inside of our credit builder tool, I was able to modify an actual letter to settle with the collection company. In order for them to go ahead and settle with me, they had to agree inside of the letter to completely delete it off of my credit report. And you know what? They agreed, and that was completely scot-free off my report. So like I said, these services have been truly phenomenal for myself. With all of that being said, the main service that really was a game changer for me and my family was the will, trust, and power of attorney. My father moved with us, and unfortunately March of last year, he passed. Prior to him passing, he decided to also start the services. But my father did not have a will in place. But my father has 5 children. Being that he wanted me to be the executor of the estate, we had to establish something. So that will being in our protection plan membership is a game changer, because he was not able to afford to have an attorney create a will for him. Not only was he able to put in his assets, place the dependence on his assets that he wanted to, allocate all of his funds in his wishes, but it was the trust that actually helped me during the time of his passing. I didn't have to fight probate. I didn't have to fight the state of Georgia at all, because that trust immediately stated that I was the executor of the will, that everything was to go to me, and I would distribute the funds out. That is a game changer for a lot of people, that they just don't understand what they have in their hands. I am definitely a poster girl for these services, because you know what? I didn't even realize what I was saying no to at first, but now I'm so very grateful that not only did my husband say yes, but I have been able to use these phenomenal services for the last 3 years, because it's not just credit restoration. I had to understand about getting my budget in order. I had to understand the power of having an attorney on my side. Say I need it, say I become a victim of identity theft. Right now, in the world that we're living in, a lot of people are dealing with fraud. You know, it just was a game changer for me and my family. And you know what? I wanted to get on here and share my testimony, because it is super powerful. And I just want to thank United Credit Education Services. Because of this company, I have literally been able to change the trajectory of my family's future, and we are not going back. You know, we are so excited about these services, and I thank you for spending a little bit of time with me to understand about the services that you have in front of you, because they're a complete game changer. So if in your mind you're thinking about these services, I want you to think about the history. We have almost over 16 years of services that this company has been doing. It's definitely going to be a game changer for your life. You want to make sure you not only do your research, but you definitely dive into these services so that you can change your financial future as we did. So I thank you guys for spending some time with me this afternoon. Love you, and I'll see you soon.